Here we have the Washburn J-7. This is a hollow-bodied, rather large hollow-bodied guitar. By hollow-bodied I mean it's not strictly a semi-acoustic, in which you'd expect to find a centre block supporting the pickups and the bridge. It's actually more like an acoustic body with nothing inside apart from the bracing it needs to stay together. Consequently, it's not a high volume level stage guitar. There'll be feedback problems if you try to walk onto a heavy metal stage with one of these, but then you wouldn't be buying this guitar if you wanted to do that. It's more of a jazzer or a bluester or a rock and roll, rockabilly kind of instrument. The headstock, start at the top here, the headstock has got gold sealed tuners on there. You'll note the design of the knobs is rather a nice sort of Art Deco wing nut arrangement. I've seen pictures of this guitar with kidney shaped knobs, so obviously that spec might change slightly, but they are Grovers, so no matter what shape the knob, they're very good tuners. The neck is maple, such a blonde maple that it's almost white. It has a certain element of chunkiness about it, but not quite so much as not quite as chunky as Gibson Les Paul, but certainly a nice parallel feel to the neck. Now the fretboard, rosewood fretboard with these rather lovely inlays. They're pearloid rectangles, which are then inlaid themselves with abalone triangles. Now the abalone is the same as that used on this rather beautiful inlay on the headstock. So that adds a huge dollop of class to the instrument. Coming down to the body, we have a maple back and maple sides. It's difficult to show you, but the maple is actually quilted on the back and sides. I don't know if you can see that very well. That's beautiful quilted maple veneer on the maple back and sides. The top is spruce, has a less interesting grain but a better sonic response. This is a solid spruce top and it's arched. The arch also figures on the back, so you've got a kind of a bulgy bottom, a very sexy shape to the guitar body. The pickups are medium output humbuckers, medium output because it's not needed to have high output. We don't want to be in the realms of overdrive with this thing, not too much anyway. They are humbuckers in gold cases, medium output as I say, with special housings which allow the pickup to come up to just below the strings. The strings are quite a way off the surface of the body. The scratch plate, as you'll see, is floating. That means it's held up and away from the body by a bracket. That is simply because putting a scratch plate onto a curved arch top isn't very easy. Now the bridge, you need to know about the bridge. It's a tune-o-matic, which you'd find on most Gibson or Epiphone models, with the individual saddles, fully adjustable for intonation, and action is adjustable by a screw at each end. But this tune-o-matic sits on a foot or a base of rosewood, which is itself floating. Now, by floating, I mean not fixed. It is not glued, screwed, bolted, stapled, or any way fixed to this guitar top, except by the tension of the strings. Now, under full string tension, it's really solid and you can't move it. But you may find that when the guitar comes to you or with you, if it has a journey in an aeroplane or something where it's getting handled quite a lot, bumps and knocks on the case will possibly cause this bridge to move slightly. So always check your intonation. Well, check it every now and then. especially after transit of the guitar. Detune and shift the bridge either backwards or forwards, or just make sure it's in the right place. You find it the right place by measuring from the nut to the 12th fret, and then taking that measurement and making sure that the center line of the bridge is the same distance. There's a written review on the iMuso site, as there is with all of these videos for iMuso, and that's explained in more detail there. So it's not something that should put you off the guitar, it's just the technology of this type of guitar is old-fashioned. Now, talking of old-fashioned, you come to the back of the guitar and you'll find the Bigsby vibrato or trem. Again, this is the drawbacks and advantages are explained in the written text, but just be aware that this isn't an extreme whammy bar machine. It's just there to add a trill to the voice of the guitar. So let's listen to the voice of the guitar. So we'll start with bridge humbucker. Take that to the neck humbucker. So nice jazzy tones, bluesy tones from the bridge humbucker. You can really tell that this guitar lives in a clean amplifier environment. But you might want to, on occasion, let your hair down, and in that respect, the Washburn can play the game. Washburn J-7, get used to it being big and sitting on top of your fat belly and sounding great, because that's the thing that it does. Jazz, blues, rockabilly, rock and roll, it's beautiful. I'd like to keep it, but it's £600, £500 or £600, I can't recall now, but it's worth every penny if you want to play some jazz on a cool jazz instrument. This is the baby for you.